Hey, are we live? Uh-oh. Please tell me my internet's not already having issues. Maybe we're okay here. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm distracted because I didn't expect to get a game so fast. So for once here, I'm not blabbing too much at the start. I'm blabbing too little. Okay. End up getting distracted by a Discord thing or two. Okay. And now my dog. Of course. Everything. Anyhow, the game. We have a game. We're in arena, just looking to have some fun. And this looks like a fairly fun game. We have all the scoring pastiles in the game. We have big buildings into dwellings, digging dwellings, trading post big buildings. This is a pretty good track. You tend to want to build a lot of dwellings. Round 5 trading posts is a good time to build lots of trading posts. And then the final round, you can kind of fill out whatever you need to. All the scoring pastiles just means that there's a lot of ways to do stuff. Stacked fire cults, stacked water cults means that the cult bonuses are good. Earth coins tends to lead to higher scores. So there's a lot of things to play for here. The real question is kind of what I want to play. I've been looking to kind of do some experimental stuff and just kind of go for fun. But this is the sort of game that I love to just go kind of big econ witches or whatever in anyhow. So I might just put in a kind of normal faction and let it be. And indeed, we're getting kind of normal factions thus far that we see a lot on this map. I could just throw in Darklings. Although, I said I wanted to do slightly fun things. This is the sort of game that Alchemists tend to like, right? All the pass tiles are in, the spade tiles in, temp ship is in. You can go big building round 1. You can build lots of dwellings into build your trading posts. Not good for the final scoring, but the rest of it looks good. So let's put an Alchemist for once on this map. If this isn't a good enough Alchemist game, then like nothing on this map can be, right? I mean, also if you're... My God, my dog is driving me nuts. Loki, what the hell? You're okay. Just go lay down. It's been really like rainy, snowy, sleety here in Wisconsin the past couple of days. So I haven't got Loki as much like activity or fun time necessarily. So there's that. But gosh, he is he's a little Riley right now. But anyhow, hey everybody. So the Fakir's pick is really interesting to me here. I don't think that's a great fit for anything here. The only upshot for Fakirs is they start with a spade, and I guess they have chaos. So chaos tends to get in your way a little less than other color neighbors, but I don't love it. We should expect to see probably witches, alchemists. Block. You call block the block? Yeah, that's fair. He is a blocky sort of player for sure. He is the best player at the table. The other two aren't particularly good. I think witches just have to be the best here. I need to bid witches quite a bit, right? Like, witches just open stronghold even, and they just build all their dwellings, all their trading posts. They get 3 towns. They get pretty good network here. I mean, alchemists probably still win network, but it's not even guaranteed. I mean, there's no air cult rewards, so there's that, but witches almost have to be the best. Wow, but block just wants alchemists. I mean, again, this should be a fun Alchemist game, but I would be a bit surprised if they're actually best. Although I do think Alchemist probably gets the big building tile and just gets to open Stronghold, and I like that opening a lot, but I think I want to pay like at least 10 points on Witches before I'm going to take Alchemists, but it's a little bit of a bummer because I would like to take Alchemist here and have just a fun game, but this is okay. He can't help himself if you give him the chance. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's pretty good, but he falls in like so. I also have this opinion of running bear or roaming boar or whoever he is. Like they're pretty good, but I think they block too much. But block with upgraded digging. Yeah, I mean it. Like, look, it is dangerous to pick a faction here where I could get screwed later. But meh, if I'm playing witches, I'm probably on most of my green hexes by the end of like this round anyhow, so it's probably okay. but we'll see. Part of me still does want to play Alchemist a little, though. Like I said, I want to explore them on this map a bit more, and this does look like a reasonable setup for them. It just looks like a great setup for witches still in terms of scoring. Like, the one downside for witches is there's not a lot of coins in the game, so there is, like, that bit of an issue. But I can't imagine it's going to be that bad, so I will just keep bidding witches for a while. I mean, the real question is how bad are fakirs here, and I feel like the answer is fairly bad. The track is not super inspiring for fakirs, and I don't think the early leech is going to be incredible for fakirs necessarily. Although fakirs actually first move might just take the center and then upgrade there. It'll feed a lot of leech to others, but it'll give them a lot of leech, and they maybe do get a nice sanctuary town this game. Because I think Chaos are going to wind up starting here, which does mean Alchemist actually probably gets a good amount of leech too. But witches that start here and here tend to get really good leech. I think witches can stronghold here, temple here, get lots of early leech, build town here, or here. Witches that open stronghold can just get here, over here later. Alchemist will definitely be here at some point. And so I think witches have the very easy 3 town life. I think witches will get an easy second on network. With fakirs in the game and alchemists in the game, witches can probably get a lot of cheap cult points. So even though the cult rewards aren't great for witches because there's no air, I think this is still a really nice witches game. But it does look like I'm not going to get just super cheap witches, so fair enough. Did I actually send a Discord notification? I did. Interesting. So a lot of times when I stream at this time of game day, we get a lot of people real fast. But today, not that many people in the chat yet, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Monday night, I did go to the Manic Pineapples channel and had a fun little silly game and got to talk to him about just some random stuff. So that was fun to kind of join his channel. At this point, I said I wanted to pay at least like 10-ish points for witches. Now I probably do pay a point for alchemists. I still think witches are really good, but I think alchemists are probably pretty good here. Alchemist, I think I'm just going to open Stronghold. Probably abandon the Stronghold. I guess neighbors are going to be an issue for Alchemists. Unless you dig here relatively early. Yeah, actually, do I really want... Alchemists are just so tough on this map. This is part of why I never play Alchemist, I guess. I never figure out when they're good because I just dislike their early expansion so much. I mean, the one upshot for Alchemist is that you do get to... You can start here and advance ship and reach these guys. And then you probably advance ship and try to get through some of this stuff. But you got to dig a lot early. I'm very comfortable with witches. I enjoy witches. Even if I pay too much for witches, I at least have a fun game. But now, I will start bidding Alchemist now. And yeah, okay. Regina is just fully on board. For somebody that first bid on Chaos, a little interesting that they're just like, okay, fine, witches are good enough, but oh well. But I'll probably just jump back and forth now between these guys. I mean, I could also pay for Chaos. Chaos is gonna take workers and make a sanctuary, build lots of dwellings and a trading post. I mean, the track is very good for Chaos as well. What do Chaos start with? I think it's going to go Spade, Big Building is my prediction, but it could go Temp Ship. I guess Chaos just takes 4 coins and a Cult Step. And then needs to take a Worker's Power action. And then Witches actually probably does get Temp Ship and Double Dig. But I was going to open Stronghold. So there is some awkwardness actually for Witches in this game. I'll go another point or two on Alchemists. Nope, I'm playing Alchemist. Block wants Fakirs that badly. Block taking Fakirs is a really interesting choice in my opinion because for exactly the dynamic we were talking about in terms of blocking, if Block is the only person I really need to worry about preventing from having a good game, I'm in an incredible position to block him late. I can just I could just kill his yellow hexes repeatedly with digs. Like, not even gonna be not gonna be tough at all. But I mean, Fakirs aren't gonna be that bad here, but I'm a bit surprised. But looking forward to Alchemist on this map. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Part of why I put Alchemist in is because I wanted more experience with them too. So I'm a little worried that both Witches and Chaos have a little too good of deals, but I think the first dwelling just has to be in the center still. I think there's just so much leech, and I still think Alchemists need a lot of early leech to really have explosive games. So I think this is the obvious pick. Also, I'm realizing there's no pressure on this Hex in this matchup, so maybe I'm supposed to actually start here and try to entice Witches to join me so that I have spot for another neighbor. This is actually probably the play, right? Discouraging Witches from here also means that I have a better chance of getting these Sender Hexes for a town, whereas currently I think I'm just opening Strong. I do think I'm opening Stronghold Alchemists. I think it's worth opening Stronghold here. So I think opening here is pretty good, though. I think there's a chance Witches will join me, especially if they're a bit weaker of a Witches player. It's not even necessarily wrong for Witches to join me, so yeah, let's do it. Terrible farm? Indeed, Rilo. No fences, no pastures, just nothing. Yeah, no fields, no crops. I mean, I'm a terrible farmer. I just played a game of Agricola. I didn't stream it, but it was a fun one. I was on Marushka's stream, probably. Marushka won it by a couple points. It was good times. You watched that? Yeah, that was a good one. Marushka was, as usual, playing well. Zan was probably making the most questionable choices. Marushka maybe benefited a bit too much. I'm not sure. I felt like I had won the game when I got to jump Marushka with my hidden farm steward, but that didn't even slow him down enough. But Marushka probably did just have the best hand there too. He had some really nice cards. My only great card was Farm Steward. Clay Worker, Journeyman did some stuff, but Veg Vendor and Storehouse Keeper are very strong, especially in early growth games. He was the only one that had excellent food. My feeding really did slow me down a lot, so... Hey, anyhow, for this game, Witches did join me in the West. I think that's actually really great. Chaos does start there, very expected. Witches has to upgrade next to me. Fakirs has no neighbor, so Fakir's first action is going to have to take this red, probably. So I should get a lot of leech here, actually. And yeah, I'm just going to take the big building. Big building tile also puts pressure on my opponents, because, Chaos really wanted the big building tile, but now they're going to need a worker's power action. Assuming, I might get Earth 1 blocked, but I'm kind of hoping that Witches pushes for a Stronghold opening here too. And then I think I can get Earth 1 in round 2, but we'll see. We grabbing the Sanctuary Stronghold bond and opening Stronghold? Yes, that's the plan. I think even if I don't get Earth 1, I actually don't think it's the end of the world here. I can build most of my dwellings in the dwelling rounds, and then I should be able to get a copy of Water 1 super easily if I need to, and then I just build all my trading posts in the trading post round. There's so many points on the pass tiles. I think it's totally fine if I don't get Earth 1. And I think Stronghold opening has a lot going for it. I think Stronghold opening gives me potential to get Double Dig. I think Witches will get Double Dig, but admittedly, I don't have areas to Double Dig. That part is awkward. I don't even really want Double Dig. I guess I want Single Dig, and I'm not sure anybody else wants Single Dig in round 1. So I probably can... I'm going to get a lot of Leech, too, in the center. So I might be able to get Single Dig in round 1, take this Hex, and then advance Ship and push for Double Dig in round 2, and take, this Hex, and get a million dwellings out. Maybe I just open Stronghold in 6 dwellings and I delay a temple until... I mean, delaying temple is rough because my priest production will be iffy, but... We'll see. I don't know. I don't really know how to play Alchemist on this map, but broadly I believe you need to be willing to dig a bit earlier and more often, and I think that means opening Stronghold is a little bit better because you need the power influx to be able to really dig fast. I think you need to really get the workers going on this map. Any map, you do need to get the workers going. But to get the workers rolling, I think it's a little harder. I think it's a lot harder to open temples and advance ship and stuff in order to reach hexes. So again, I think Stronghold is a better opener on this map than we give it credit for. And then it just times out really well here anyhow for points and stuff. So you thinking about taking Priest and Priest of Fire? Possibly. To play Alchemist on this map, you first check to make sure blue isn't in the game, then you can get started. Strongly agree with that. So one of the few reasons that they're like super playable here is that I actually, for once, don't have a color neighbor. So I'm like really interested to explore it here. I think I have a pretty decent price. I'm a little worried that I gave Witches a bit too much, but the Witches player is significantly weaker based on the ratings, so it should be fine. What about having a high rating and high starting VP? Well, yeah. So I mean, Block is really the only person that has like a strong rating here. The other two players don't particularly look to be a concern, which isn't to say they won't be a concern, but it looks like I'm going to get great leech here too, because as I'm going to upgrade here, and then I think Fakir's first move has to be to dig and join next to me, so I like that. A lot of leech is good. I do like NerdCube's suggestion of getting the Priest of Fire. I think the Priest power action is pretty good. I think single dig is pretty good. So we'll see. That also works sometimes. Yes, NerdCube, that's fair. Fakir's does exactly what I claimed they would. They're going to go here and then upgrade next to me. So I'm getting just a ton of early leech here. And it looks like I will just get some of these hexes, which looks really good. Like, really good. I am going to have a lot of power, especially if I go Stronghold. So my next move maybe is to take the Priest. Witches can double dig, and if they don't double dig here, they give it to me. I would expect that they're going to double dig, though. I would expect Chaos are going to take the workers to guarantee themselves a Sanctuary. Which means, yeah, I just take a Priest, and then I might be able to take Priest, send it to Fire, open Stronghold, and get single dig. That might be possible. And then I might still have enough power to double dig in round 2. Which would feel very good. So we'll see. There's a lot of ways this goes well for me. There's not a lot of ways where it feels like it's going to go poorly. Witches does take double dig. That hex is pretty assured, and I would assume they're going to take this one. They do have temp ship, and they could take that. I just noticed that. The one way it could have gone bad is Witches could have decided to go here. I don't think that makes a ton of sense, but whew, that would have been something. Why is one of my starting dwellings on C2 as opposed to A3? A3 gives you a place to put a second spade. So that part is true, and I maybe should have started here, but I started here to try to entice Witches to come here and not start here. And maybe that's too fancy. Witches declines building. That suggests they're going to go Earth 1, or they're still just going to open Stronghold. I'm fine with any of that. Nice to see Alchemist on this map. Yeah, I agree. I haven't actually played Alchemist on this map much, so this will be fun. That makes sense. You get to dig the center is so dope. Yeah. The fact that I'm going to get these hexes, presumably, is going to be super strong. Chaos is not responsible and does not take the workers. I could take the workers and open Stronghold and Temple for Earth 1. That's not the worst line. But I think taking the Priest is still stronger here. Chaos are still going to take the workers then. I don't really need to kick them back, but Black Witches today, huh? Yeah, you guys know me. I bid a lot on Witches, don't get me wrong. I wanted to just have the fun, easy Witches game. They had no neighbors here. It was going to be fine. They didn't have good cult rewards, but I did put Alchemist into the game explicitly because I wanted to see Alchemist more on this map, and I think I have the best price out of the auction. The more I look at Alchemist, I think there's just a lot of ways this goes well. I do think I might get Earth 1 blocked, so the question is how bad is that? But I don't think it's that big of a deal. This is a bonkers Priest for Alchemists? Yes, I agree. The question is how bad is getting Earth 1 blocked this game, but given that I am going to open Stronghold, I don't think getting Earth 1 blocked is actually that big of a deal. Here comes more power, as expected. Chaos is going to have to take workers on their turn, you would assume. I think witches are just going to take Earth 1 and then like build dwelling. Yeah, that does appear what they're doing. They're not taking Stronghold, which is super dangerous because this connection hex is under a lot of threat, in my opinion. But I'm going to assume that Fakir's also takes Earth 1 if I don't. But I'm just going to let that happen then. It's the only way that I could take Earth 1 here is if I had taken the Workers power action. Then I could have taken Earth 1 and still gone Stronghold. But I think Stronghold is just so many points this game, and it's going to be fine. I will just send Priest of Fire here, I think, and get the Leech off of Fakir's. And then I might just single dig and then Stronghold, is what it's looking like. Fakir's won't have the ability. Nobody will have the ability to single dig by their next action. So I think opening Stronghold and single dig here is fine. And then I probably get double dig next round, unless Fakir's opens Air 2. But then I just get Earth 1. Yeah, things feel fine. There's still a lot of options here. This is just so much early power, which again is like part of why things are going to be so well here. I just have so many resources to do things with, which is what's partly going to help me just have such a nice game. If I can pass for temp shipping next round, that would also be like super good. Because if I can pass for temp shipping and somehow get the double dig, I could take this hex and build 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings next round. That would be that'd be good. 5 power priest or 3 power worker before stronghold. I'm taking single dig. I'm just gonna single dig this hex before strongholding. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna single dig. I think single dig is totally fine here. I think one of the ways to really expand early on this map as Alchemist is to dig. I think you need digs more than you need other stuff. Because you just can't really ship to a lot of black hexes very easily. So I think you need to take spade actions more aggressively as Alchemist on this map in order to make it work, which is part of why I like the Stronghold early as Alchemist on this map. I think that influx of power early is actually really helpful. The 1 dig for 3 dwellings is great here with 1 ship. Yeah, that too, correct. Like, that's always a really nice option, but anyhow, things look good. Witches did build this dwelling. Makes a lot of sense when they have temp ship. They're getting a nice start for sure, but I don't like this. Other idea, bridge action now. I could bridge action into single dig, huh? Bridging into single dig is actually surprisingly What about advanced ship now, then double dig and 3 dwellings? I still want a stronghold really badly, right? I can't really advance ship without spending... Oh, I see. I would 5 power priest. Fakirs would pass. Witches would not take single dig. I don't hate that plan either. But I like the bridge plan quite a bit. But all of those are very reasonable options. There's a lot I could do here. I think I am still going to just single dig, though, to be honest. I think I want to save my power for being able to take double dig next round. I think I'm going to get double dig next round. It's not a guarantee, but I think it's happening. maybe it won't. But with Fakir's taking Earth 1 here, like, I don't know. I think I get double dig first action next round. I think I'm also getting temp ship here anyhow, so I don't think I need to invest in shipping early. So I think I just single dig this and then pass for temp ship and get double dig. I think that's the sequence I'm going to go for. Chaos Magicians maybe can double dig in front of me, but I don't think they have anywhere they can actually want to double dig is what's going to happen, but we'll see. I'm getting 12 power from Stronghold. That makes the Spade 1 power cheaper. Yeah, that part's true too. I am spending power before taking a Spade now, which is awkward. Oh, and I'm also handing everybody enough power to make, like, Fakirs are going to be very close to taking double dig. Oh, but Fakirs are no longer double digging. They're gonna, okay. Well. Couldn't see him get temp ship here. I don't think Chaos is getting temp ship. Oh, Chaos does have another action. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, Chaos might have temp ship, and then they might take. Okay, I might not be getting double dig next round, but oh well. Huh. Yeah, I maybe did mess up here. Fakir's taking bridge is actually very reasonable here too. So. Yeah, I don't know. Might have given my opponents a little too much with that, but oh well. If I made some mistakes, I made some mistakes. I did have a lot of options. I don't think any of my options were that bad. It's not like what I chose here is like so awful it's gonna kill me or anything. But it's a bit of a bummer if I've chosen the wrong thing, but that happens. Doesn't look like there's been a misplay. Yeah, it's not really been a misplay. I've picked maybe something that's slightly suboptimal, right? Like that might be what's happened. I might have picked a line that's just a little less than optimal, but that's not going to kill me. But yeah, I might not get a great pass style here either, because I might, do I actually take a coins action? The upshot to taking the coins action is Fakirs will pass, and I could pass for their spade tile. And if I pass for their spade tile, I'll be okay next round too, because I can just advance ship then and get out, you know, a couple dwellings and be okay. Oh, I can't just advance ship though, because I won't have, I don't have breeze production. I don't just magically get to advance ship. Yeah, and temp shipping does get taken. Okay, I've put myself in a bit of an awkward spot. 5 power priest is still there. Yeah, the sad part about 5 power priesting is I can't thread into double dig anymore. So this is where I've screwed up a bit. Definitely have screwed up a bit here. So there is the shipping tile. But I don't have a guaranteed double dig anymore because Chaos can open next round with double dig. And so passing for the spade just feels better than passing for the ship scoring. Yeah, I really mucked up. Oh well. Yeah, moving forward though. Definitely messed up. I guess I'm getting some power from witches. Witches are 100% building these dwellings, and I can make this a trading post because this is where my temple's gonna go. So maybe it's okay to just rely on the leech. And if I'm gonna rely on the leech anyhow, maybe it is just a 5 power priest here. 5 power priest also lets me build another dwelling. Yeah, you know what? That seems fine. Let's go for that. Hey, welcome. Good afternoon. CM is looking to double dig C3, it seems. Yeah, that part's true too. Chaos will probably double dig this first action, right? This is quite good for them. So actually, that is going to be a bummer. Maybe never mind, my temple goes here, doesn't it? I'm probably aiming for Sanctuary Town through here. Because yeah, I do think Chaos probably will double dig this first action. Building a dwelling before the dwelling round. We've been through this hopefully plenty of times on this stream, but economy is worth it. Passing for the spades feels pretty obvious. I at least get these two dwellings out next round. And maybe I still just take. I might just take single dig anyhow, depending what happens. I don't know yet. I probably want to save my power for a double dig though in the double dig round, but we'll see. I do have enough that I can probably build a temple next round otherwise too, and that's probably worth it. I could build temple and two dwellings. But passing for the spade must be right here. Yeah, I don't totally know what I'm going to do this round, because having a fast round and just going back onto the big building tile is also like a pretty good move, especially if I have priority on double dig next round, which I think I do. So we'll see. Again, things are pretty good here still. I've got so much leech, and I have a very strong economy. I have plenty of workers. I have decent coin production. I have quite a lot of ways to score still. So it can't go too badly. But I would expect Chaos Magicians to double dig this first action. Chaos Magicians getting to double dig this and build 1, 2, 3 dwellings in a dwelling round and open the game Sanctuary 3 dwellings is very strong. His position is quite good, assuming that's what he does. And he does do it, so good for him. Yeah, that's very good. The fact witches haven't gone Stronghold is an encouraging sign for me. I think I do just get this hex at least. So I do think I still can Sanctuary Town through the center here. But yeah. How do you make up for the loss of Earth 1? Is the Stronghold coins enough? These are really good questions, right? So I think early Stronghold is partially enough, right? Like a round 1 Stronghold means that I'm doing way less coin conversions. So I don't need Earth 1 as bad. With that said, when you build like 15 Structure Alchemist, Earth 1 is like a 28 point thing. So an early Stronghold is still only like 12 points better. So you also got to leverage the early economy of the Stronghold, I think, in order to get down like more dwellings quicker. You got to really hit the rounds and pass tiles probably a bit better. And am I going to achieve all that? I don't know yet. I do not know. I think the priority this round is to just get these 2 dwellings out and then debate what to do from there. I forgot that I had all this power coming in. I'll easily have enough for double dig, but so will several other people. So it depends how much do I want to secure double dig and how much do I want to build a temple this round while I still can. I don't have easy answers to those. I think I have an idea though. Let's play this round out and then, or let's do this and then talk about the idea. Sorry, now I'm being slow. I said I was going to do this, and then I'm being slow about it. But the idea. I build this dwelling next, and then I just pass for the big building tile. I double dig the green hex at the start of next round, and then I build Sanctuary next round for Water 1 and probably Air 1. It's a bit early for Air 1, but am I really going to get enough points out of Earth 2? Or actually, Earth 2 maybe isn't that bad. We'll debate. But anyhow, I build that, and I get an early town. The town probably is a priest town. I need priests. I could debate taking the 2-key town, but given how I'm delaying all my priest production, I don't think that's going to work. But I think just going Stronghold and getting this town I think that's actually gonna. I think that's a pretty good sequence. So we'll see. Just hammer the Stronghold Sanctuary tile. Dwelling pass seem pretty reasonable. Yeah. Water 1, Water 2, 2 keys. Actually, yeah, I could do that too. That's maybe not. It might not be that wild. It's pretty wild, but. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, I build this next dwelling. To be fair, I'm not sure what Fakirs are doing. Fakirs might wind up passing in front of me anyhow. They don't have a lot to do. Fakirs sent their priest to fire. They're going to up fire. I would assume Fakirs want to build a second temple, but they don't have a neighbor, and they're not going to get a neighbor, so I don't know. We'll see. Water 2. Look, guys, I don't think I'm taking Water 2, but hey, everybody. How is things going? Things are going pretty well. I'm playing Alchemist, and it's pretty fun. I mean, I'm ending round 2 with Stronghold 5 dwellings at the worst, so that can't be too bad. Fakirs take a priest action. That's actually really encouraging for my plan of early pass. Chaos clearly are going to build 2 more dwellings. I would assume Witches build 1 more dwelling. I can't imagine why Witches wouldn't build a crazy amount of points and economy. So I think Witches build this, and then they do. So yeah, I think the play is to just pass back onto this tile. I think that's really good. Water 1 favor in round 3? Correct. I'm taking Water 1. I don't have Earth 1. I mean, I don't have any, I got Earth 1 blocked and I haven't built a temple. So, there's that. But I think passing for this big building tile is a really good play overall. I secure Double Dig. I hit the round well. I secure Town Space. I secure Water 1. Or do I secure Water 1? I mean, to be fair, I could get Water 1 blocked, I guess. But that feels pretty unlikely. But this is a really fun line. 4 digging points plus 8 pass points. Yeah, I agree. I think that's part of why it's going to be fine. I actually have too much power, so I convert a power to a coin, I guess. Because I'm getting... Oh, I'm only getting 4. Never mind. I don't have too much power. I'm okay. I can still get 1 freebie. Yeah. And I don't expect to actually get more power here. I don't think Witches has anything left to do. Fakirs is going to go up a step on fire. Yeah, I think just pass for big building tile is fine. That does mean that I'm going to have a lot of workers. Like, a lot of workers. Are we double digging the green? Yes, I'm double digging the green, securing my town space. I'm making a town. I actually think the really dreamy thing, and I'm not sure I'm going to hit it, but I think the true dream next round is to get a priest town and a never mind, I don't have that many workers, do I? How many workers do I have at the end of this? I have 12 workers. I'm going to build a dwelling. I have 11. I'm going to build trading post. I have 9. Temple, I have 7. Sanctuary, I have 3. Never mind, I'm not advancing dig next round. I was about to say, could I advance dig and still do some digs, but I don't have that many workers. But I will have advanced digging for round 4, which feels pretty good, because then I should be able to dig 1 or 2 spots. Digging this before Fakirs would be pretty brutal for Fakirs. I'm not sure I'm going to be allowed to do that, but I can maybe dig this and make this stuff my 3rd town. So this is 1 town this game. Something up here is a town, whether it involves a bridge or not. And then maybe something somewhere through here is hopefully a town. And then stuff like this is just dwellings late. For network. I should be able to build most of my trading posts in round 4. Neighbors could be a little bit of an issue, but I don't know. Things look encouraging. You've been trying to hit Ranior's stream for a couple of months now, and your wife makes it on her 2nd arena game. Oh, nice. To be fair, I basically queue at kind of inconsistent and random times, so it is hard to get on my streams. It's not like Zorus. Back in the day, Zorus had a very regimented schedule. If you wanted to sneak onto his arena games, Nerdcube like had basically perfected it, right? Anytime Nerdcube wanted to get on the game, he knew to just like he knew the rough time Zorus would stream. He would wait until he saw Zorus in the queue, and then boom, there he was. It's a lot harder to achieve that with me because I'm not cooperative in terms of that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm trying to do something behind my screen on a different setup, but it's not cooperating. But anyhow, yeah, getting on my streams a little tricky. To be fair, maybe I should actually schedule some stuff some days with viewers. I would be perfectly happy to like schedule games and let anybody be on stream that wanted to. It'd be fun. So maybe that's a thought for kind of the future. I've been debating what my content should be, kind of, and that's a good idea. I could try to schedule some stuff. So anyhow, how did the auction go? The auction was Witches went down to about 15, Chaos was about 21, I was 27, Fakirs were 30. Could also town on Southern Island, just spoon with Chaos. Oh, like right through here, something somewhere through here. Yeah, that's true too. This is actually a pretty decent town location too. Actually this maybe is better because it gets me over to these guys. Although leaving this stuff, meh, I don't know, whatever. You didn't see Fakirs down there? Oh yeah, the fact that Fakirs are there probably means Fakirs is gonna beat me to this and go over here. Not sure. I do still think it's pretty bold of Block to choose Fakirs as early as he did, because assuming he is the only other like strong player at this table, I am going to just wind up digging his hexes late. Although, to be fair, Chaos have done all of the right things thus far and are in a strong spot. Witches have done more or less the right things. I would have been tempted to go Stronghold Witches, because I'd be very concerned about my connection as Witches, but admittedly, I'm not going to block Witches' connection yet. So Witches also got on the spade tile for the spade round. Feels pretty good. Witches are going to get a coins action because they're second here. I'm not going to take coins. I'm opening double dig. So I like Witch's position a lot still. I like Chaos's position a lot. I don't mind Fakir's position, but Fakir's not having neighbors, so they can't build their second temple yet. It's a bit of a bummer. But, I mean, he still has good points. I'm not sure I would have sent the priest to fire like Fakir's did. It's probably fine, I guess. It basically pays for itself. But yeah. Witches also have the priest on Earth. I missed that, but I like that for Witches a lot too. So yeah, I don't know. My opponents are doing good. My opponents are definitely doing good enough things here that it's far from clear actually that this game is just like Block versus me. So regardless, it's very fun here to be doing an Alchemist game, at least on stream. I do love these resources. I do have a lot to do at least, which is great. Taking this hex is the priority, and I just build on it. Feels good. Having the stronghold up while I'm doing all these digs is really nice. Getting the power back right away. If I get single dig back here, I think I might just single dig this hex. Making sure that Block has tough connection feels like it's worth something. Plus, if I take this hex, I don't think Chaos is going to beat me here. So I think this maybe sets up the town space right through here. Or it actually gives me an option for this town space, although this is a lot of bridges potentially. But we'll see. Did I consider Priest plus 5 power Priest for digging? I could have, but I really do need to temple for water 1. So if I'm going to temple anyhow, I'm really not going to dig much this round. Single digging that is spicy? Yeah, single digging this is actually pretty tempting. I think Chaos might just take single dig here though, so I might not have the option. Because Chaos single digging like this or this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and there it comes, so that's fine. I am just going to push for water 1 now. The question is, do I feed Chaos? Like, who do I feed Leech to and in what way? I don't love the fact that I'm going to feed them so much power. I guess this kind of feeds both of them power. This more so just feeds Fakirs, but Not a huge fan of feeding Fakirs this much power, but it's a necessity. I need to get a temple for water 1, and I may as well just get my sanctuary out this round. Four for 2 or 1 for 3 is interesting here. Yeah, it exactly. Like, it's, do I want to give 4 and 2, or do I give 3 and 1? Like, I guess I give 3 and 1, although it's nicer leeches for them, right? But 4 and 2 is just more power, so I give them slightly less power for fewer victory. Like, I don't, it's really not clear that, it's not clear either is, like, better, but 3 times, exactly. I'm giving it to them, like, I am feeding them so much leech here. No need to give nice stuff to Chaos. I mean, I agree with that, but the thing is, like, giving Chaos 4 for 3s this round compared to giving Chaos free power, like, is it actually better for Chaos to get 3 free power, or is it better for him to spend an obscene amount for all that power when all the best power actions are already taken? Like, I don't think there's an easy answer. I don't even know if there's any answer. Like, you would have done the bigger one, but no idea which was right. You would have upgraded here. That's very reasonable. I also have no idea which one's right. Maybe it's supposed to be this one, just because when Fakirs inevitably build this, I get a free leech, whereas now I'm going to pay for leech I don't really want. I don't know. It's only round 3, so you feel like it's dangerous to give more? Probably. Like, Lumen's correct. This is like an actually really interesting decision, and I don't need to sit here and like boil into it too far, because there's not really a point in discussing it too much more right now. But it's a non-trivial decision that's really interesting, actually, in its implications and stuff. Like, I don't have time to dig into it deep enough to really know, but it's like a really intriguing question. The answer is clearly early leech is always worth it. I mean, early leech is worth it, but like, giving my opponents more power so that they, like, the thing is, if I'm forcing Chaos to take a bunch of crummy leech actions when there's no good power actions left, is that actually good? Like, the only power action left is workers, and the question is, should I take the workers right here? Probably not. I think saving my power to just double dig again. Well, actually, I'm gonna just advance dig really soon, right? Maybe I'm supposed to take these workers. My power is just for workers going forward, right? And the priest got taken. I'm going to take a priest town. I'm supposed to take these workers. Yeah, I am supposed to take these workers. Although, can I get water 1 blocked? No. Chaos can't take water 1 in a single action. This also... Yeah, never mind. This is... I should just do this. Yeah, this is fine. More stuff early, more economy, more points around 5-6. What scores the most? Maybe not this game with big buildings at 6. Who's taking workers? I'm not sure who's taking workers, but I'm not going to let... Like, I may as well take it here. Like, I don't see why I should give them more power right now. You say I'm going to have plenty of workers to not need worker action in last round or 2. I agree with that, but I think I should take workers here still, because my early power here should be for workers still. So I think I don't need late workers. I might... The rest of my power actually... The rest of my power this game might actually just be for coins to reduce my coin costs, but I definitely still need more workers right now. So given that I don't have Earth 1, you think valuing 7 coins slightly more than usual over workers makes sense? Yes, I actually agree that taking some late coin actions is fine, but I do still need a lot of workers right now in order to go Sanctuary, Advanced Dig, get out all my dwellings, and make sure I hit all those trading posts in round 5. I want to make sure to build 4 trading posts in round 5. All of that coin economy from building earlier trading posts is also going to like really help me. So we'll see. Taking workers over coins is increasing your econ at the cost of points, but my point conversion isn't as high as most alkies. Yeah, I agree with that, but this is okay still. Fakir's hard digs up here, so they're also rushing for a town, which is fine. I'm taking water 1 here. This ship tile is also getting super juicy. I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but oh god, does it look nice if I'd be allowed to take that. Although I'm not advancing ship very aggressively this game, so. But water 1, you obviously play. I think I'm still just taking Air 1. As much as I keep looking at everything else, I think Air 1 is going to be 8 points at least this game. And the only other thing, I guess I could take Fire 1, because Fire 1 is going to be like 9 points, I guess. But I could take Earth 2, because it comes with 2 coins, so it's 2 points plus 3 workers. But I think just taking Air 1 is right. I'm really actually not sure. No 2 keys Alchemist? Yeah, I don't want 2 keys Alchemist. I don't think it makes sense. We still want an outright win on Network, which will be expensive. Correct. Hitting the Witch's connection hex could be enough to win Network. Yeah, actually that's true. I could just hit Witch's connection hex and that might kill them. Not sure. It does look like Chaos is angling to take 2 key town here. I missed that they were on the trading post tile, so they might be just trying to build another trading post. Witches passes for temp ship. That's somewhat encouraging for my dreams of passing onto the ship scoring. We'll see. Without Earth 1 seems like Air 1's a good choice. So the tricky part about Air 1 is, while it's good points and I need points, like Fire 1 is also essentially points. Although the problem with Fire 1 is that I need coins for this round and I need coins this round, but it's not clear that the end coins actually are going to be worth much. Because if I have all my trading posts up, I produce like 17 coins going into that round, so Witches will be able to connect next round. Witches have temp ship and 1 ship. Yeah, so Witches can first action build this. Fire 1 is 9 points. See, that's the thing. I don't think Fire 1's actually 9 points. I think Fire 1 is probably 6 points and then 1.5 points. So it's 7.5 points for Fire 1. I don't know for sure. Basically, I have a lot of like equivalent options here. I think I am just going to take Air 1. I think it's probably right, but it's not clear by how much. 2 power from the track if I take Fire 1. That's true. Chaos chooses to just pass. We'll see if he takes the ships. He does not take ship scoring. So assuming Fakir... Actually, no. Even if Fakirs take ship scoring, maybe I'm supposed to take the dwelling scoring anyhow? Who knows? I am just going to take Air 1. I don't know. Like, this is another interesting position, but I'll take Air 1 and be happy. I'm also just taking a Priest Town. I need Priests this game pretty badly. So, Priest Town feels good. I take Air 1. And then I'm going to advance ship, or advance dig. That was a big mistake by CM there. You think CM should have just taken the 2 key town and built another trading post, even if it cost him workers? Could be. I mean, Fakir's taking the 2 key town doesn't even seem that good. He might do it. Wow, he is doing it. But, like, Fakirs don't produce enough priests to really make that worth it. I'll still take power here. 3 for 2s is a little expensive, but I still kind of want priest power actions or coin power actions. So I think it's fine to pay for little coins, even if it does worst case, it winds up being like, it's not going to be that big of a loss with Alchemists. I basically just, you know, I didn't lose much regardless. I advanced dig here. Do some more good coin conversions, you know, and get that dig going. Now, the real question is, I can dig and build this, which feels tempting to deny this to Fakirs, and set up for this town. The other option is to just turn this blue. Glad that he actually communicated that he's going to be gone for a little bit. That's nice. I think blocking this is probably the right move. Blocking witches is tempting, but I'm not that concerned about witches. Maybe I should be, but I'm just not. I'm just not that worried about witches yet. I should have tremendous flexibility in blocking others later. Yeah. Dig and build this. I think the game plan is to advance dig and triple dig this next round. Build here, build here. I think that's the game plan. There's a chance that Fakirs does take this. Which... oh well. If Fakirs takes this, maybe I do like dig and build these guys instead. I'm not sure yet, but... Fakirs can connect on that red, so it won't be a town. Oh, yeah, I see. Fakirs can connect here and here. So you think Fakirs will prioritize taking this hex? Probably. Oh, well. Fakirs do just go for the 3 power, 3 coin tile. So I take the dwelling tile. Taking the dwelling tile here means I kind of want to pass back onto this tile, but I can also, like... there's going to be 2 points tiles that I want really bad, so I might have a really fast round where I don't do a hell of a lot next round, just so I can pass on to stuff again, and then take a coins action. I don't hate that. I also need to actually, I do need a bridge action probably this game. It's probably going to be easier to bridge than try to carve out town space up here. Regardless, things are going quite well on the whole pass tiles, so we'll see. I am just going to advance dig here, though, regardless. Dig up 1 dwelling pass. I think that's the plan, yeah. I think that's the plan. Although the question is, what do I pass for? But I guess this guy, right? 2 workers and a coin is better than 1 workers and a coin. But blocking this from the table is kind of tempting because more people want this than they want this. So it depends on how much I want to block the table. But yeah, I'm definitely going to advance dig and build a dwelling. One of the interesting things about this game is, a new question is, do I actually ever want to advance ship? I might not need ship 3 this game. I could just connect on 1 shipping. I could just live this whole game on 1 ship potentially. I'll probably have to advance ship twice to get to cheap stuff later, but we'll see. Witches does not secure their connection hex. Witches single digs this. This is a classic player that's making mistakes. They almost certainly should have taken the coins action. They have so many workers that they absolutely should be hard digging over using their power, right? Like, they just spent 7 resources to dig because they could have had 7 coins. Instead, they said, I want to use those resources to dig. And instead, they could have used 3 workers. So that was valuing 3 workers above 7 coins. And when phrased that way, it's just like an obvious mistake, right? Like it's a huge blunder actually at this level of play. Like just a complete throw. But look, we teach people all the time not to hard dig, and I think many people take it too far. But when you play these games where you build lots of dwellings early, you really should be hard digging and saving your power for coins. I stress that a lot in this stream, and I think it's one of the things that a lot of players still need to learn. And so that's, that was just a mistake, but mistakes happen. Fakirs are going to get the double dig. They don't even need this hex. Yeah, they're actually taking that. So they're taking this and this. Which, fair enough. I'm tempted to just bomb Witch's connection hex. I'm not sure how much I need to, but it certainly like takes them out of the game. But I kind of think they just took themselves out of the game. So I think I just advance dig before I do anything weird. I don't really have infinite workers. So at least that wasn't you getting ripped on the stream. Sorry. Yeah, that's true. Sorry if I'm being a little too harsh. I'm not trying to be like harsh on the, like, again, everything I say is like with the point of view of trying to help people in a very like pretty brutally honest way about what their mistakes are. I'm not like claiming they're a terrible player. Like, I'm just saying they made a mistake. Like we all did this stuff in the past and we all learned. I'm trying to help everybody learn off of what I see to be, you know, errors. But witches do connect. I did not block them. And they do wisely take it now. I would have very much considered taking it now, but it's okay. If I take Witch's Tile, doesn't that give me a potential third town in the south? Yeah, so that part's an upshot. That's true. If I took Witch's green there, the problem is I don't really want to pay 2 extra workers for it. That didn't really intrigue me. But I will admit third town prospects are slim at this point, but meh. I'll live. Chaos goes for Fire 2, Water 1. Makes sense. Securing Water 1 does seem valuable. I'm not sure I'd take Fire 2, but meh, it's fine. Usually I would take... Actually, I would not take Fire 2. Why take Fire 2 here? And in fact, they undo it. I don't think Fire 2 makes sense. I would definitely take Water 1, Air 1. I don't think there's a good argument not to, but we'll see what they do. I think I'm gonna dig this yellow and make sure that Chaos doesn't get another town up here. Plus, digging this yellow gives me another neighbor for a trading post. Oops, but he takes this before I can. Well, okay, there goes that. I'm gonna take this gray then. I think I don't really want to pay for a bridge, so I don't really want to pay 3 workers for a hex, but I think paying 3 workers for a hex is better than having to worry about bridge pressure. That insight about hard digging was a revelation for you, so thanks for it. Well, yeah, see, that is why I do them, even though I do now realize in hindsight I feel a little bad since I maybe laid into it a little hard for somebody who's actually watching the stream, but again, I think it is really useful to lay it out like that though, right? Like Witches just spent 7 coins to take that single dig. That's what they chose. They said 7 coins. They said 3 workers were more important than 7 coins. Which is obviously just not true in their position. But I think I do take this hex. I just don't think I want to take a bridge. Also, if I don't take a bridge, I have a theoretical town up here, right? I could town through here and here still, hypothetically. I mean, witches are probably taking this red at some point, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just do this. Chaos and us can fight for town space. I mean, making Chaos's life harder still feels fine to me too. They're more or less on track, so. No, you agree. You'll yell at her later. She has so many workers. You were giving facts. It was fine. All right, well, fine. I'm on this stream putting like 7 digs into that northeastern town as cultists. Northwestern town. Northwestern as cultists. As alchemists? I don't know who we're talking about, but whatever. Hey, Marushka. I'm doing pretty well. I'm having a fun game, and I'm doing some intriguing things. Chaos is going to take Water 1 here. Fakirs took Water 1, so Witches also failed to get Water 1, which is, I think, part of why it was fine for me not to block Witches. I mean, Witches are getting Water 1 blocked, so if they get Network, that's fine. It looks like it's past the clock time, hey? I think I just opened next round with the coins action too. Annoy the table. The question again is, do I want the trading post tile or do I want the big building tile? I guess I just want the big building tile. It comes with 1 extra worker. I still need workers. Yeah, I still need workers for some of my dreams, so. There's a chance that I don't actually build 4 trading posts next round anyhow. I might just build 3. The reason for building 3 is that I might build trading post dwelling, and I might build trading post here, and I might leave flexibility for, well, wait a sec. If I'm going 2 towns anyhow, I have to fire 2. So if I have to fire 2, I don't really want to fire 2 this game. Maybe I should just give up the 3rd town. I think I'm giving up the third town, actually. I think that's the play. I don't think the third town's worth it. Am I winning? I'm doing pretty well, Marushka. It's not guaranteed that I'm winning, but I think I'm winning. Was referring to the stretch of hexes me and CM fought over. Oh, so if you were Chaos, you would have been trying to secure that town. That's fair. For your information. Oh, you have a Reedstone food emote? Oh my god. It is beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Very well done. That's super cool, actually. Yeah. I love that. I really do need to get in this emote game. Speaking of emote game, actually, there's plenty of people watching right now. What emotes do you all want? I really need to like look into it and figure it out, and I don't really know what ones I should make for Terra Mystica. Like, obviously, like a Coin Town feels kind of tempting, although I'm not totally sure how a Coin Town emote's going to come over, but I think it would work. I've also been debating just like a Spade emote, but I don't really know what else there should be. Maybe a 7 coin emote? Like, 7 coin action feels pretty good too. You think Shovel emote should be one? My top 3 thoughts were that I need a Spade emote, I need a Coin Town emote, or I need a 7 coins action emote. 4 towns, Water 2, Earth 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot of thoughts there, and no consensus. Thanks, everybody. It looks like I wasn't paying attention to the free leeches I was going to get. Yeah, I got some free leeches. I probably should have converted a power to a coin, but oh well. You just heard her complain from the other room about Water 1? Yeah, she missed that she got Water 1 blocked. Although taking Fire 2 doesn't feel that bad. What's the chance that this is going to be a Sanctuary Town, everybody? Is this going to be the Sanctuary Town and I could town through? No, again, I said ignore 3 towns. Everybody remind me, ignore 3 towns. 2 towns is fine. I don't need a 3rd town. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Just points. All you want is an adorable little engineer. How do I know when to ignore the 3rd town? Basically, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking about what it's going to take me to 3rd town. And the problem is my most likely 3rd town to be is here. And so this is a lot of digs, and it's a potential loss anyhow. On top of it, it means I have to fire 2. And do I want to build another temple this game for fire 2? It's not clear to me. The main reason I would want to build a temple is so I could build a trading post and another dwelling, but I think 14 network is going to be enough to tie network at least. So the 15th structure comes with a lot less value, and I just don't know if I really want to build that stuff. Maybe I do. I don't know. But to get 4 towns, you'll need to get a 3rd town at some point. That's true, George. That's a very strong point. Chaos does take a bridge. They're definitely gonna still get this town. I cost them a bridge essentially, which isn't actually that big of a cost, especially because bridge pressure somehow isn't a thing. Wowzers! Fakir's passes for the coins instead of the trading post scoring tile. That's just a sign of where his economy is at. But yikes, the fact that my opponents are not valuing points pass tiles is kind of crazy, but actually kind of dangerous for me. Because they will pass for points tiles in the final round, and I really need to keep passing for points tiles, and I kind of don't even want the ship tile this game. I don't really want to pay... Well, actually, I probably do want to pay for 3 shipping in the final round, because I'm going to have so many coins after this round, and I have really no way to score points in the final round. But you're with George. If we want 4 towns, you think we're going to need 3 first? You ran the math and don't see a way around it? That's fair. Witches here has so much of a coin issue. Yes, so not to lay into it too much, everybody, but Don Queso, again, this is where like actually small decisions in this game can lead to huge differences, and this is the encouraging part. I think Witches game is actually in a pretty bad spot now. They got Water 1 blocked, and their economy is like really out of whack. But the good news is they were really close to having quite a good game if they just took coins last action, right? If they just opened this round with coins and hard dug, it's a whole different world. They would literally have 7 more coins and 3 less workers right now. And that would be a huge difference in how they're looking. So it's just kind of one little thing, and that's what I mean. At this level of play, those mistakes kind of can throw the game, but it's only one mistake you have to correct, and suddenly you're still competitive with, you know, some really strong players. So the best thing is for CM to take the ship tile. Oh, Witches took the ship tile. Okay, perfect. And then CM probably takes the trading post tile. That means the dwelling tile's open, but I am sitting right after Witches and CMs, so I should be able to get a points tile pretty safely, and all of them are good for me because I will wind up going to ship 3 just for points, I'm pretty sure. So it should be good. You'd love to be in the same game as me and get grilled by me. So again, some people actually really want that feedback, right? And some people don't take like really direct feedback that well, especially in like American culture. I feel like we have this unfortunate problem that any like a lot of people seem to take it as like personal attacks rather than where I intend it from. And so it's I don't know. It's a little tough. Like you got to find people that are in the right mindset and space for it. But I am going to just take coins action away from the table. No need to give it to anybody else. It's not clear that she's in a disastrous position. Fire 2, single TP gives a coin 10. Correct. It's witches are not in like a disastrous position. It's fine. Witches are still going to do pretty well. It's just, it's quite a bummer, right? Because like if you had a bunch of extra coins here, you actually can abuse the ship tile a lot better too. And you can build all your trading posts a lot more effectively. But it's going to be fine. Witches are still going to do pretty well. If you really want to feel his wrath, Temple to steal a cult out of him when he isn't the best move for you. That annoys me a lot. Yeah, that is a good way to just draw my pure ire and not even get good feedback. You just kind of hear you hear a 1 minute spiel about how I don't even think it's good, but whatever, and yada yada yada. It'll be great. But anyhow, on the less jokey front, still, if anybody actually has emotes they really want to see, they should definitely let me know, especially if you're actually already a subscriber. If you have any other ideas for the channel, let me know them. I really am like exploring some ideas and trying to actually improve my Twitch, like whatever overall a bit more, since currently I don't actually do any emotes or anything like that, and I really should. I also intend to continue looking at like some other stream ideas. So if you have anything you really want to see on the stream, definitely let me know. It sounds like some of you would actually like really like to get in games and then get feedback on them. So one potential idea is that I actually try to schedule a game every week, and I put some open calls for people to join in, and we schedule it ahead of time with a bunch of players that want to be on stream. That's certainly something we could do. One potential idea we could do too is actually I could try to get on voice call with just like one of you, and we could kind of have like coaching games while on air, and basically I like kind of sit there and you pilot the game, and I'm kind of there for feedback and advice on try to steer you towards whatever shortcomings. Maybe that's useful for everybody. I don't know. These are some ideas. But if any other people have ideas for interesting content and other streaming stuff they want to see, I'm definitely open to all of that. The other thing I've been realizing that I might need to finally settle on and doing is making my own Discord channel like Zoris has. I kind of have been hesitant to do that because I don't super want there to be a Zoris Discord and a Fire 2 Open Discord and other Discord communities I'm in. Having a million Discords to follow always feels like a bit of a pain, but I do think I might just need a Discord channel in order to start organizing things for my own channel content here. But anyhow, Water 1, block him at the expense of 2 trading posts in the trading post round. Yeah, I don't love that either. TM seems hard to come up with good emotes. I don't disagree with that. I don't have great idea for TM emotes really either. I think I am going to just make a coins action one. I love taking coins actions. I feel like it's one of the things I stress a lot. And at the very least, it happens like at least 3 times, maybe 4 times a game. So all of that seems kind of fun. Chaos is just building a mega dwelling town. That's always fun. I'm just building trading posts. Trading posts are good. I do love the fact that I'm just like, I really am racking up the points and I have Air 1 here. Like, I'm going to end this round over 100 points, I think. Which will feel good, but we'll see. It's good to start my own community, see you take it off. Yeah, I mean, the upshot of starting my own community too, like on Discord, is that, again, I'll have a lot easier time scheduling various like events and stuff. Which is like part of what Zorus uses his one for, and it is really helpful to like, again, put out an open call for like, hey, this Thursday afternoon I want to play a game. Do people want to schedule one with me? For some of the all-player commentary I've been trying to run, it would be easier to have a Discord too, because currently I'm like juggling quite a few invitations each week to like all these various top level players, and it'd be a bit easier to have a place. But maybe it's just a bit of a me thing, but God, I feel like I'm just in a million Discords lately, and that's a bit painful. I am getting just tons of free leech this round off of my random dwellings. I love that. But anyhow, you really like the coaching idea, but it's hard for you to imagine how the volunteer doesn't just turn to me for every decision. So I agree that there's a bit of that, but the thing is, like, even if they do turn to me for most of the decisions, I think it's still really interesting to hear why they're thinking the way they are or what their instincts are, and for me to have the counterpoint of explaining why I think they should be doing something else. I think that might be useful content. Now, the tricky thing there is scheduling those games, though, because I don't feel comfortable doing that in Arena. I don't feel comfortable like coaching somebody else to an arena win, because arena is kind of a tournament-y thing. So I definitely would want to schedule those games with other people that know what's happening, so they know they're facing a 200 level player that's getting coached by, you know, a 550 or whatever. But I think we could certainly do that. I'm just building all my trading posts here because I might just want to pass for the dwelling tile. I haven't really decided yet if I want to have a long round. I do think I'm building a trading post here, and that way I can just build a town without having to fire 2. And even if I build the trading post here, I still have the flexibility to town through here. But we'll see. Fakir's is finally building some more stuff. The question is if I'm supposed to actually hit some of his yellow hexes, which I haven't been. Maybe I should have, but I kind of just haven't worried about it. But anyhow, looping back, because I've been slow on the other stuff. Maybe a shared server is maybe a win-win for the audience. Yeah. The group game will be less work for you than the one-on-one. So groups are good too, but I don't know if it's as easy to get some of the feedback people might want, but I'm not sure. Is Discord where the TM community chat and arrange things you've always wondered? Yeah. So I guess it's whatever. I feel comfortable enough saying this. There's a private TM server that a bunch of us use. It's not public, but it's not like super private. But we don't want it to be public. We want to invite people that are fairly good and are actually interested in chatting and discussing, and I don't want it to be fully public because a lot of public servers, like the Gaia project one, in my opinion, is like kind of a complete disaster. There's just too many people and you get a lot of like really low level players, and so it's hard to have the sort of like expert level strategy discussions some of us are looking for, and the feedback I think some of us want on our own games. So anyhow, there is a Discord out there that exists, and a lot of the top level players use it to organize certain things and to discuss stuff. But yeah, I said I was going to build this trading post. I may as well. I don't see why not. The upshot is I'm up to 88 and I passed for 12. So I am at 100. I still have a town coming in. but I am a little low on points after that. I really do need a pass tile for the final round. I also do need to build a lot of dwellings that aren't scoring me late, which is a bummer, but I do need to do it for network. I think building these dwellings will get me at least tied network. It looks like witches will get down to 3 structures left. It looks like fakirs are going to get down to 3 structures left. So maybe I do want to build the temple trading post dwelling anyhow in the final round. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Anyhow, are these TPs tanking the worker econ? Absolutely. I kind of thinking actually I do want to dig and build this dwelling right now because my worker economy is iffy, and then I take another priest town. It looks like I can still maybe turn priest into 2 points, or just even a worker might be worth it. So I think I convert power to coin here. Actually, I have enough power income now that I can still take actions, and I will just take another priest town while I can here. Making sure I lock in another high VP town and just getting another worker production actually feels pretty important here, I think. And then I'm going to pass. But any insight into the true identity of Ranior's pencil yet? I do not know who it is. I have suspicions that it's related to some of White Fridge, honestly, but I'm not sure. Regardless, the accounts at least changed their description a bit, but I don't know. It's weird. Anyhow, the wanting to chat about strategy is the super important part. A lot of people, even in the private server, are pretty quiet. Yeah, exactly. I really want, like, I think the exciting part about that server is that the community is actually really useful and interesting there. And when you post strategy questions, you get some really keen insight. And when you post games for like post-game discussion breakdown, you get some keen insight. There are quite a few people in that server that don't contribute much, which isn't really the biggest of deals, but the part that's really useful, I think, for a lot of us is that it's like a really good community that tries to help each other build up, but can talk at the level of the game that's actually really useful for like everybody. And the danger I've seen with public servers and even like the BGG forums is you just get too many people that don't really know what they're talking about chiming in because they want to talk, but they've only played, you know, a dozen games with their home strategy. And I get they want to talk, but I don't know, it's tough. Like, I don't like there being exclusionary things in gaming necessarily, like, right? You don't want to be exclusionary, but there's always this issue of like, if you just invite everyone, then sometimes the place doesn't serve the purpose you want it to anymore. And so sometimes you have to like, whatever. It's messy. Anyhow, it's a game that attracts pensive types somewhat. Yeah. You're looking somewhere to talk about TM more, but it's hard to find. Yeah. It's very unlikely witches end up with 3 structures left. Do witches not have enough hexes? I mean, witches can build this. I mean, maybe their economy's not good enough. Witches did just pass. That's signaling to me I do need to pass here. The ship tile is actually probably the best thing for me. I'm gonna have so many coins. I need to build 4 dwellings, which is 8 coins, and that advancing ship would be another 8 coins, but I produce 17 coins. So yeah, I think passing for the ship tile is the play here. I produce 7 power. I can currently handle exactly 7, so I may as well convert 1 here. And then passing for the ship tile feels good. I'm at 109, and I will advance ship twice is 7. That's 116, and then I pass for another 9. I'll be at 129 after passing next round, and then I don't have much for cults, but I should have at least tied for network, so I should be nearly 150, so that feels good. Anyhow, so even my stream is a place to talk to you more? Yeah. This stream, BGG forums, and post-game discussion on the site itself are good places. Yes. There are... Hey, Loki. I know there's dogs barking outside. I agree. There actually... there is quite a bit of chatter on BGG that you can use. There's other stuff. And Broadly, I agree with Lumen. The thing is, like, if you start chattering in those places and you start offering good insights and, like, there's plenty of opportunities. Like, that's how all of us have got there, too. So it's true, it's hard because you want to have a community grow. Yeah. You think they'll go for Sanctuary and need to advance ship. Witches are getting their coins action. Huzzah, that's great. Yeah. I do agree that witches are going to get coins, and I guess witches are just going to Sanctuary for Air 1, and then they do need to advance ship again. So, admittedly, I guess witches network isn't going to tie me. I don't think Chaos has the economy to tie me necessarily either. I just don't think there's enough red hexes for them. So it really actually is Fakirs I need to worry about. So maybe it does turn into bombing Fakir's hexes at the start of next round. Although I don't have that many workers. I need 4 workers just to build dwellings. So I'm not sure how much I can bomb Fakir's hexes. He has 3 hexes he's going to be able to... Well, Fakirs don't have a range extension yet, though. How are Fakirs... And Fakirs wound up on the big building tile. What are they doing? Fakirs don't want... Are Fakirs building the stronghold? I don't know. Fakirs need a bridge, probably? 3 bombs equals a free worker? Yeah. Like... The other question is actually, now that I'm looking at everybody else's points, do I even care if Fakirs tie me on network? Chaos is the only player I actually need to worry about beating me, right? And they got blocked from a pass tile here. Chaos is the one not getting a pass tile, but Chaos is winning 3 cults and has okay network. Chaos is the real threat here. I think I'm just beating them, but it does look like they're actually closer than Stronghold. You think it's Stronghold Fakirs? I think so too. You think it's really good here, actually, if they have the coins for it? I mean, Fakirs broadly have the coins for it. Fakirs do have 6 coin income. I guess that's actually not enough. But what else are they doing? I don't... Oh, Fakirs are going to... Okay, Fakirs are going to town through here with this stronghold. Although they don't have fire 2. I don't know. With that said, the thing is, Fakirs have to figure out how to extend their range, right? Fakirs 100% are going to get a range extension somehow. And if they're going to get a range extension, that means they have 1, 2, 3, 4 free hexes that they can reach. I'm not going to block all of those. I don't have the time to block all of those, right? So I don't think bombing their hexes is actually worth like anything to me. So I think the plan is actually to just ship 3 and just find these cheap hexes. I do only have 6 workers, right? Like, really only 6 workers is not a lot, so. The question, though, is should I be bridge blocking? Fakirs actually maybe want the bridge to complete this town, right? So is it worth me blocking a bridge from them? It might be worth blocking the bridge. The bridge might make their life a lot harder. Actually, the bridge looks like it makes their life a lot harder. And I have extra resources to achieve my plan. Because all I'm going to do here is build these dwellings and do the ship advances. So I already have all the workers I need. I have all the coins I need. I have all the priests I need. So it's a 1.5 worth of resources to take the bridge action. Yeah, I think I bridge block Fakirs. I think that's the most annoying way to mess with Fakirs here. And again, I don't even know if I need to mess with Fakirs that badly, but... Block the bridge, yeah. The times in your life you've been able to afford the Fakir stronghold, yeah. Block the bridge, yeah. Red is going to build H4, though, so that town won't be expensive with no bridge. So, that part's true, but Fakirs still have a little bit of issue in terms of affording a stronghold and a trading post. But you're right. Maybe they didn't want the bridge. Yeah, you might be right. Although this kind of forces them to stronghold, right? Like... The thing is, like, if they got the bridge, they could have just built dwelling, like trading post. They could have skipped big buildings. I think this at least forces them to build a stronghold that they kind of don't really want. I mean, I guess they're happy enough because they have the big building tile, but meh, I don't know, whatever. Regardless, I did it now, and so it's too late to worry about anything else. It does look like witches would have let me build another town up here if I took a lot of workers. So if I had taken a worker town and I opened this round with a worker's power action and I tried to power through all these hexes and I took fire 2 and built another trading post, I probably could have got a third town. But that just sounds like a lot of resources to get, you know, maybe an 8-point town, which maybe it's worth it. But I really think it was fine for me just to skip that. I think what I'm doing here is fine. I do have an extra priest, and I maybe should just take another priest power action, because sending priests to air actually looks valuable. My next move actually should just be priest to air, right? I definitely should go priest to air here. Looping way back to Fakir's decision to take the 2-key town. Fakirs are just getting beat on all the cults anyhow. I'm pretty sure they should have just let Chaos Magicians take the 2-key town. Chaos Magicians look like they're just fine without having a 2-key town here, but we'll see. All that for 8 points. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how bad it would have been, but hey, as of 6 minutes ago, we have another follower. Thank you, Board Game Strategy. That's a fun Twitch name. Assuming you're actually looking for board game strategy, I do broadly think this is the channel you've been looking for. So welcome. Witches don't know what town to take here. I'm pretty sure witches are supposed to take an 11-pointer or an 8-pointer. It feels like they don't have that much need for more resources, but maybe they do. I don't know. The 3 spot on air was open at the time they took the 2-key town, so you're kind of disappointed they didn't take that spot. They went to Earth for 2 coins. It also did get them multiple water cult bonuses. Yeah, I mean, maybe Fakir's taking the 2-key town was still fine. They still got a lot of culty come out of it, and they still do have a lot of second places. But they've also spent 4 priests to the cult this game, right? Like, I don't know how many flights they've been doing, but it doesn't feel like it's been enough, right? Like, it doesn't feel like Fakirs have enough points. Witches take the 8-point town. I do think that makes sense. Although I don't love how close witches are now to me on a lot of the very few cult points I have, and they do take an air 1. So sending my priest to air is looking increasingly unexciting. Maybe I'm supposed to just send priest to fire to hold off the witches. Yeah. I mean, probably just priest to fire is actually the play here. I don't think Fakirs are going to bother fighting me either. I think Fakirs are trying to get in flight still. Although maybe not. Although their priest is just going to go to air then. Yeah, Fakirs are just going to send priest to air then. This is fine. Anyhow, broadly, my opinion is if you take the 2-key town is like really strong a lot of the times, but it's strongest when you're actually going to be able to play a cult game to really contest cults. Wow, Fakirs are going for Sanctuary. Oh, they're going to just take Fire 2. Okay, so they're going to take Fire 2, build a trading post. So this wasn't worth it because they are going to Fire 2. Well, whatever. I was doing it mostly to prevent witches, I guess. This is fine, but they're going to Fire 2, they're going to trading post, and then they'll build a dwelling. So Fakirs will tie me on network. But I mean, they're gonna have to take a range town, and then they tie me on network, and then can Chaos eke out a bunch more red hexes? So the real threat to me, actually, I guess, is if Chaos gets too many dwellings down here. So I might need to hit Chaos hexes a bit, depending on what happens. Although, admittedly, I can't really touch Chaos's hexes. Although, can Chaos possibly generate enough hexes? Maybe. They can take double dig here. build this dwelling, and whatever other one they dig. And if they get 3 dwellings out, it's pretty good. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've probably still won the game regardless, but maybe not. See, if Chaos gets significant network points and they have super good cults, maybe they can catch me. I'm at a really good spot still in terms of my pure points. I am going to end the game at like 130. Chaos takes workers. So that suggests to me Chaos isn't going to try to tie network. I think Chaos is going to maybe just stronghold or just advanced dig maybe. All of which feel like fine options. But if Chaos are going to get bad network points, I think that's really encouraging for me. So I could take this priest action and send the priest to air, but it doesn't even seem like it's going to do me much. So I'm just going to let the priest sit there and worry about building all my dwellings. How hard do I push for network here without Earth 1? Not very. I'm just going to build all my dwellings, and I'll get to 14 network. 14 network is going to tie Fakir's, because Fakir's are going to build trading posts and a dwelling. He doesn't have resources for anything more than that. So getting to 14 network is fine. I mean, it is a bit sad to build all these dwellings. Like, I'm investing 12 resources into stuff, so that's at least 6 points that I'm investing just to get some network points. So I guess actually maybe there is a case that I'm supposed to just, like, these are just 6 points that I could have if I don't build them. That's a bit of a weird thought. Although everybody's already at 10 network. I do absolutely have to push network because it's 6, like, I'm going to be spending 6 points on all these dwellings, but it's going to get me like at least 6 points in network. And that also means my opponents aren't getting points. So it's still worth it. But broadly, the answer is that yes, without Earth 1, the game's been a little bit of a pain, right? Because I've built a lot of dwellings and I was able to score a lot of those dwellings during dwelling rounds. But overall, the game has worked quite well, though. But a lot of the reason I think the game has worked well is because I've hit the pass tiles very well, right? I was on a 4-point pass tile in round 1. Then I got spade. Then I was on an 8-point pass tile at the end of round 3 because I was on big buildings. I was on dwelling tile here, so I got 7 points. I was on big buildings again for 8, and then I'm on a 9-point here. So I got 40 points on the pass this game, I think. Or 36 on the pass. 36 on the pass this game, which is really good. And then I hit the rounds pretty well too. I hit big building. I built a decent number of dwellings. I did some digs. I did some dwellings. I built all my trading posts. So it's a kind of classic Alchemist game in that I still hit my pass tiles super well. I hit my rounds really well. I still hit my favor tiles pretty well. I just didn't get Earth 1. And to make up for the lack of Earth 1, my coin conversion should be quite low this game. I really am actually curious how many coin conversions I did because it felt very low. The main round where I really had to pay for coins was right there, like round 3 roughly. When I went Sanctuary, I had to pay several coins for the Sanctuary. And I did 1 dig advance in round 3, and I definitely paid a decent bit there. I paid for a dwelling, I think. But I'm in the range of like 12-ish to 15 coin conversions. Lumen's guessing 15 to 20. I think that's about right. A lot of the big Alchemist games you see are... You see Alchemists going for like 30 to 40 coin conversions a lot of the time. Or, like in the Fire 2 Open game, Barnawall did 51 because he just never built the Stronghold till late. I need to feed my dog, apparently, and he's letting me know about it, as you might have heard. So I'll be right back to finish those thoughts. Oof, somebody offered me power when I left. How dare they? It's the worst time. Opening Stronghold often leads to pretty low conversions. Yeah, exactly. So the upshot to opening the Stronghold so early is that while you lose Earth 1, you often get to save coin conversions. Now, the reason you still tend to open Earth 1 is because Earth 1 is still usually a bit stronger. I think the reason that it was less strong this game is because I also got 9 points from building the Stronghold round 1, right? I got the 2 worker tile, and it was a Stronghold round. So building the Stronghold in round 1 came with 9 extra points, and so losing Earth 1 is a lot more viable when I'm scoring 9 points and the coin conversion savings. In a game where that's not the consideration, a lot of times Earth 1 and that priest production is probably still better. Although, again, on this map, I'm not totally sure, because the Stronghold on this map means that you get that immediate power boost, and you tend to get even better leech, because now you're going to take 3 for 2s. And that difference, I think, is not negligible. I think all that extra power early lets you get away with digs early, and I think you do need to dig early on this map in order to make Alchemist work. There's just no way to get away with like crazy ship shenanigans in order to get tons of dwellings out quickly. The only real stretch is obviously right through here, but this is only 2 free black hexes. And 2 free black hexes is something, but it's not much, so. The kind of trade-off I just talked about is what makes this game so cool. So many lines. Yeah, I very much agreed. Figuring out how to like navigate those paths and what to go for is really interesting. And in like comparison to Gaia Project, I think the fact that you can actually lose some of these victory point favor tiles and stuff is actually a really interesting trade-off to me. Like the fact that some players are going to play more into economy and lose out on water 1 or something is like a really interesting element. And yeah, I don't know. There's obviously I just love Terra Mystica. It's such a good game. Again, I've said it before and I'll repeat it, but like along with Agricola, they're like just the 2 games I love. And like I've definitely dove deep on some other games and played them a bunch, but I tend to kind of just get to the point where like I'm burned out, or as one of my like really strong gaming buddies says, he gets to the point where he has a bot basically. He like has the algorithm written on how to play, and he just executes it when he sits down at the table. That's kind of how I feel in like St. Petersburg or Great Western Trail. Like I still find those games interesting and I play them, but I just don't get the same enjoyment out of those games of like repeatedly playing them as I do Agricola and Terra Mystica. Agricola and Terra Mystica still just like to me have these like magic qualities that the games are just like so deep, and even at this level I still have like some novel situations and really interesting things to like think about in sequencing, and it's just, it doesn't ever feel like it gets to the point of like triviality or anything. And it makes it fresh and interesting still, even late, to have to like think through what to be doing. So Witches did get to 12 network. They're going to build 1 more dwelling, so I think they only get to 13. Chaos has not been pushing network, so it looks like I'll share network points with Fakirs. So it looks like I've beat Fakirs pretty much no matter what. So it really is still Chaos, and I think Chaos is getting no network points now, and I think Witches are just going to beat them. So if Chaos are getting no network points, I think I'm just beating them, because I'm still going to be like 20-some points ahead of them, plus then I get a big network edge. So even though Chaos have like 25 more cult points than me, I think I'm still winning this game, but... Anyhow, we're used to seeing priests getting spent early on heavy shipping. Yeah, so like the base map Alchemists are supposed to ship a lot early, and it works well because there's a lot of hexes for them to get. This map, I think, is a different beast. I don't really think you need shipping early. And I mean, we're seeing that here. I lived on 1 shipping all game until right now. So it's definitely interesting, but... You had a sweet Alchemist game on this map recently where you got a crazy amount of early leech and you were able to open Temple, round 2 Stronghold, and you had 3 dwellings as well after round 2. Yeah, that's sweet. That's really cool. How long do I see myself playing Terra Mystica? I mean, I don't know the answer to that, but I mean, broadly the answer is I haven't stopped yet. I learned the game like 4 or 5 years ago, and I I continue to play over 100 games of Terra Mystica a year. So I play a lot of games every year, but Terra Mystica and Agricola continue to get me to play just a lot. And I can't say that about a lot of other games, but I mean, we'll also see. Admittedly, a little bit of it is Terra Mystica has such a nice online area to play, and it has a good community around it. Agricola has a pretty good community around it, and I've now learned to play Agricola site, and it's not that bad, so I'm able to play a lot of games. But some of these other games I might play a bit more if I was able to. I actually have like a huge love for Acquire. I would play that a lot more if there was an easy way to play it online. If Ticket to Ride ever makes its way to Board Game Arena, I actually still like Ticket to Ride a lot too. I think it's a really good game. It's not quite on the same level as Agricola or Terra Mystica, but some of those games would be able to hold some of my attention as well if I could repeatedly play them. So as Board Game Arena continues to develop its catalog, I might run into some more other stuff that I would like to. But we'll see. It's tricky, because like Board Game Arena recently added St. Petersburg, for example, and I played a lot of St. Petersburg when it came out, and I really enjoyed like diving into it. But as I said, like it's kind of at the point now where like I still enjoy it and I play it from time to time, but it's not solved by any means, but it's to the point where the decisions it offers me are not very novel or interesting to me anymore. It's largely like, oh, I kind of know what I'm supposed to do in this scenario, and maybe I think about it just a little bit, but I kind of have the answer. Learning to play it at a super high level, like Lumen is currently at a pretty sick run, honestly, in St. Petersburg, and I don't think I could play quite as well as he is, so there's still some more to learn, but it just doesn't super intrigue me. I'm not totally sure what the next game is or even could be that I would really like fall for. So we'll see. But BJ is owned by Asmodee, so it's possible Ticket to Ride. Yeah, I partly listed Ticket to Ride because I do expect that Ticket to Ride is coming to this platform, but I don't know for certain because Asmodee has invested quite a bit in their Ticket to Ride app, and it is pretty good. I do occasionally play on the app, but I don't love it quite as much as Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena is the premier site, in my opinion, to play online. The fact that it has really good timer controls, the fact that it has a karma/reputation system, I find is actually super useful. People seem to like actually care about their karma, and for decent reason. And I think it really helps enforce people to not drop out. Where I do find most apps are kind of plagued by people that are going to drop from games, which is no fun, right? It really ruins the experience if people are going to drop. So I do also really appreciate that aspect of Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena has great ranking systems. It has great filters, so you can find the tables and settings you want. You can find the level and quality of opponents you want. A lot of these features are not present in most apps and stuff. So yeah, what do I think of Gaia Project? I think Gaia Project's just a worse game than Terra Mystica. It's pretty interesting and it's fine, but it honestly does not catch me or captivate me enough. The differences it presents make it a game that I'm quite a bit less interested in diving deep on. The more I got into kind of competitive level Gaia and really like played some high level players, it's a fine game, but there's just a lot of little things I don't like about it and a couple of kind of big things that I don't particularly like about it. So I have no real interest in playing hundreds of games of Gaia Project. That's just like never going to be my future. It looks like I just pass here and then I just have 5 points and resources. There's far worse things than just having 5 points and resources at the end of the game as well to help push my points even higher. At this point, I'm quite convinced I've won this game by a really good margin. Even though Chaos has crazy cults, they just have no network, so I should be fine. I do have very poor cult points, but the cults this game are honestly kind of crazy. Like, Fakir's put a lot of effort in to get very few cult points, in my opinion. Chaos put a lot of effort though too. Like the fact that second places on the cults are so high up in a game where Alchemists sent so few priests to the cults, and Fakirs normally don't want to send this many priests to the cults. Fakir sent 5 priests to the cults. Like, I think this was a game where there was too much effort put into the cults for some of my opponents over the fact there was so many ways to score on the pass tiles. How are my like we all started above 20? We all started like at a good number of victory points, and my opponents largely all failed to actually like leverage the crazy amount of pass points in the game. I think a lot of them would have been a little better off not putting so much cult effort in, but that was a good outcome for me. I largely stayed out of cults, and I kind of benefited from that because the rest of the 3 of them put in enough effort to mean that me abandoning them was totally fine. I got a pretty easy second place, or tied for network here. I didn't have to super invest, and yeah, this is a really nice game for Alchemist though, so that was good. Sad that the 5 victory points and resources is better than Fire 3. Yeah. Is there a good place to play Great Western Trail online? You think I'm a fan of that game, and Lumen whispered it to you? Yeah, perfect. There's a kind of sketchy way to play Great Western online. Okay, I did not beat Chaos by quite as much as I thought. I do have 5 resource points, but anyhow, the answer is yeah, exactly. Lumen's saying it right there. Basically, board games you can't really copyright games, and so if you slap fake thing, like if you slap other names and other artwork onto it, you can copy whatever you want without legal thing, but that's sketchy. I don't feel good about it. If Great Western offered me any legal way to like, if the publisher actually offered an app where I could play online, or they offered me any way to play legitimately, I would. But because they don't, I occasionally play over there, and I don't feel too bad about it. But I don't feel great about it. And I don't super want to promote it because I think they could still get challenged a bit and it could get kind of ugly, and I don't really want things to blow up around that. But yes, anyhow, there is that site. Ranchers of the Old West exists, and you can kind of play. It's not easy to find opponents or anything, though. You kind of need to like schedule a game with players you know. And even then, it's a little janky. Like, it works, but yeah, not really. Anyhow, this game turned out quite well. Good for the Chaos Magician. They did have a nice game kind of throughout, and they played well. Everybody played pretty well, but we had another really nice win here in Arena. I'm really happy I put Alchemist in. I'm really happy I wound up with them. Let's just look at a couple of things that might have went well here. Oof, I love this. My power action breakdown. One of everything. I took 1 bridge, 1 priest, 1 workers action, 1 coins, 1 spade. The fact that I only took 1 workers action is actually really intriguing too. A lot of times Alchemists need so many workers. They take worker towns, they take worker power actions. The fact I was able to use a lot of my resources in other ways does feel pretty good, I think. I think that was good for me. I didn't honestly have that insane of a economy at any point, but it was always just very solid, which is important. Hit the rounds quite well, although actually Chaos hit him even better. But I hit my favorite tiles well. The fact I missed Earth 1 was unfortunate, but as I said, I nailed the passing points. My opponents did somewhat well, but I hit that super hard. I took high VP towns. My opponents, weren't able to. Got good network, and so overall I scored a lot of points. I paid a decent amount to leech. Oh, let's calculate how many coin versions I did. So that was the other big question, right? How many? I was saying like 12 to 15 was my guess. Lumen was guessing 15 to 20. I scored 147 after starting at 27. So that's 160, 174 less 8 means I should be at 166. But I was at 152. So only 14 coin conversions. So that's also a lot of why this game went so well. I got to open Stronghold and didn't. Oh, the 5 victory points at the end. Isn't that counted in here, though? I think that's in the 147. right? I'm pretty sure though. I'm pretty sure that's counted. Is there a VP due to resources? Oh yeah, there it is. VP awarded via resources. There it is. Yeah, right under calls. Yeah. Okay, so it is already included. So, yeah, it should be 14. I think it's 14 coin conversions. So 14 coin conversions is quite low. Again, I think in average, like in a lot of those like big alchemist games you see where you open Earth 1 and you push the shipping super early, I think you tend to see more like 30 to 40 coin conversions. So we basically survived without Earth 1 this game because we hit the pass tiles really well and we coin converted very low. And that made up, that kind of combination of stuff made up for the fact we didn't have Earth 1. We also built only 14 structures. So a lot of times when you take Earth 1, sometimes as Alchemist, you build 16 or 17 things, and that means Earth 1 would have been 4 or 6 more points than it would have been here too. So it's a little less painful to not get it when you don't build as much. So anyhow, that was all interesting stuff. If anybody has questions, definitely bring it up. But do I like Mombasa? I don't really like Mombasa. Mombasa's fine. As usual, if anybody actually has questions about what games I do and don't like, or if I've played stuff, my Board Game Geek is open to anybody to dive into any day. My username is the same as pretty much everywhere, and I've rated a lot of games, and I have comments on all those games. And yeah, broadly though, Mombasa is fine. I'm pretty sure I'm going to rate it a 6 is my guess. Yeah, it gets a 6, and then I have a whole spiel about it, but it's fine. It does not thrill me. I also don't think there's any way to play it online, so I'll never really dive deep into it anyhow. But yeah. Okay. Anyhow, we're going to wrap this up now. Thanks everybody for chatting and being here. This was another really fun afternoon stream. I really appreciate all the support and chatter and all that. It's really fun having everybody around. And yeah, it's been really a pleasure streaming. And I'm going to kind of continue to push to evolve the channel here a little bit now that I've been streaming for a couple months and I have better ideas on all of this and I see the support and stuff that's here. I do think I need to explore some of those other options. So I should actually get around to adding a couple emotes, and that means subscribers will actually get some of their subscription benefits then too. They'll have special emotes and all that other people can't use, and that's fun. I think I will actually work on making my Discord channel and studying it up and then putting the link into my Twitch page. And I think I will then begin to use that to try to do some schedule streams where we can explore some options and ideas. But I think we won't just be playing random arena games. Admittedly, I'm partly getting around to setting this all up finally too, because I've given up the winning arena, as well as the fact arena's switching soon, and I don't really think I want to be playing that many games on lakes with landscapes. So I need to start coming up with some alternative things to be doing on stream. So it's only a little bit that, and it's only a good amount that I just needed to do this stuff anyhow. But legitimately, if anybody has ideas for streams, try to reach out to me. Although admittedly, reaching out to me, I guess, is a little tricky until I have a Discord. But once I have a Discord, then we'll have a great spot to publicly discuss ideas for the channel too. So maybe it's all going to be good fun and it'll work out well. But yeah, I will actually look into doing that and having a Discord to discuss stuff and discuss strategy as well and all that will be nice. And setting up things for the stream will be good. And then I also think that Twitch recently added an option to like, you can actually have like a set schedule on your Twitch page that tells people when you're going to stream. I obviously don't have a set schedule, so I don't have one, but like Lumen has a really nice one. Anyhow, I think they've recently added an option where you can put one-time events into your schedule. So I think I'm going to start trying to do that for the all-player commentaries at least too. Which, speaking of, we have an all-player commentary set for 10:30 Eastern time this upcoming Saturday. So there is that. basically, 10:30 Eastern time on Saturday. There'll be an all-player commentary. I think it's going to be Lumen, CS, myself, and this week we'll have NerdCube, I think, playing the part of Mike Chike. So that'll be good fun. And yes, woohoo, all-player commentary indeed. We'll get Lumen at that like early morning delirium where he doesn't really know what he's saying yet. So that'll be great fun too. Same thing with Eric, actually, though. Like, NerdCube is also a West Coaster, and NerdCube is sometimes, like, my time. He's playing games at what would be, like, my time 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. So the fact that he's going to be playing a game only a couple hours after that does not seem to bode well for him. So Lumen and Eric will be nice and sleepy. CS and I will be bright and chirpy, and it'll be a fun one. Just in time for post-game discussion. Yeah, it's super. I'm sorry. It's a fun one, though. It's a good Alchemist game. You should definitely watch it if you care. But yes, I'm about to leave. Anyhow, that's the upcoming future for all the stream stuff. Anybody that has ideas, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully in a couple days, I will actually have some emotes and a Discord link, and we'll be discussing future of the stream ideas. As for the final couple of comments, Lumen and NerdCube, all player, blah, 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 post game. And what was the other comment? There it is. Sources tell me that you can get to rank 11 in Arena on 33 games. Yes, you can. And when you're talking about sources, you mean Gray, correct? I mean, you can get pretty high pretty quickly. I mean, I've actually only played 50, but yes. Do you mean Gray? Who's rank 11? Ryle? No, you mean Gray, right? Is that your source? Or do you mean that's your source for St. Petersburg? Let's go check St. Petersburg. Are you telling me St. Petersburg you can get to rank 11 on 33 games? D-Run could be your source. You guys are still buddies. You met yourself last season. That makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a ton of games. I admittedly was like rank 10 earlier this season on the back of like 30 games. And then I obviously went on the roller coaster for a while, and then I lost a couple games in a row, and I said I quit the Arena Challenge. And ever since I've quit, then I said I was just going to have fun in Arena, and I started putting in wacky things and started doing, like, different stuff, and it's been going very well lately. I've been having fun again, and I've been winning, so that's been nice. But admittedly, I'm at 1720, and NerdCube's at an insane 1856. Oof! Sohal was up to 1850 last night and took like a negative 22, and then they must have already played another game today though and just taken another they just took another bad third here just recently. So and another third. Oof. Yeah. So it looks pretty safe for NerdCube to just win this season now, which congrats for him. But yeah, he's just been winning many Arena seasons in a row, which really impressive stuff. So anyhow, yeah, thanks everybody, and I am gonna head off and do some other stuff. See y'all around.